Most traders often think that risk management ends when the trade is made. Not at all. For as long as you are in a trade, you will always be exposed to risk. Some you would have been able to identify ahead of time in your analysis, and some you would not be able to see coming. Even in trades when you are sitting comfortably in profit, there is always a chance that your profits can be wiped out. Suppose you are trading a trend following strategy and went long on the pound yen. The trade is doing well and you are up in some nice profits. According to your strategy, you will exit the trade at a predetermined target level that is beyond the highest that price has ever been to in the last 6 years. Your risk now would be the possibility that this 6 years high could act as resistance and could push price down when it reaches this level. The best thing that you can do in this situation is to limit your potential losses if this turns out to be true. This does not mean that you should change your target. No, doing that would instantly eliminate any chance of the trade reaching its full potential. You will continue to trade exactly according to your strategy, but you can look at ways to reduce potential losses. There are a number of ways you can do that. A good understanding of your strategy would reveal how to do this. This is why you should only trade a strategy that you can understand. For this particular example, you can reposition your stop loss to a recent support level below current price. This would allow for some protection in case a reversal occurs, and it also gives the trade enough room to flex its elbow. You do not want to suffocate a trade by repositioning your stop so close to price that a small down move could take you out. But doesn't it make sense to aim for a smaller target if there is risk of price stalling at resistance? It makes human sense, but it is not based on any statistical evidence. If you have encountered this scenario many times in your trading career and statistics show that it would be more profitable to do it, then yes, it would make trading sense. Otherwise, it is only your fear of losing out on profits that is telling you to do this. New traders don't often realize that trading subjectively is the biggest risk of all. By subjectively, I mean trading without a clear and repeatable set of rules. Someone trading subjectively will look at the same type of setup and come out with different trading plan each time. This creates inconsistency and makes it very difficult to find weaknesses in the strategy to improve on. Let's see an example of this. Paul has been trading price action reversals for 6 months and has taken 50 trades. Out of those trades, there were 20 where the indecision candle formed outside the support resistance zone. Even though Paul's strategy specifically states to only consider setups where the indecision candle's body is inside the support and resistance zone, he has been taking trades where he feels that the indecision is close enough to where it should be. This is an example of a subjective approach. The definition of close enough is not something that is clearly defined. How close is close enough and how far is not close enough? Inexperienced traders should avoid this type of subjective judgment because it creates doubt, which would play on the trader's confidence and mindset going into the trade. How can Paul make sure that his definition of close enough is not affected by his emotions? Paul could be going through 2 weeks without a trade. Then he sees a setup but the indecision is way below resistance. Instead of skipping the trade because it clearly is not the signal that he is looking for, Paul began to convince himself that this is close enough. He does this unconsciously because he wants to be trading. His patience has been wearing thin over the past 2 weeks, and this could be his chance to scratch the itch. Fortunately, it is easy for Paul to turn this into a systematic decision. He can use the following rule. While this is essentially a modification of the strategy which has its drawbacks that Paul needs to be aware of, At least now it is crystal clear to Paul which setup is a valid trade signal and which is not. It is no longer a discretionary decision. Now it is a systematic decision. Discretionary trading makes it very difficult to find out if the strategy is not working, or is it the execution of the strategy that is not done correctly. Too often a new trader would just automatically assume it is because of the strategy. Then they decided to either improve upon it while unknowingly making it less profitable, or they simply move on to the next system in search of the Holy Grail. This is the beginner's cycle caused by the inability to trade systematically. If I share my most profitable strategy to a group of new traders, I know for a fact that most of them would not be able to take 100 trades with it. They would get discouraged by the unavoidable losing trades and conclude that my strategy is garbage, or they would improve upon it to make it better. It is ironic that inexperienced traders would think that they can improve something without first trading the strategy for an extended period of time and learn the way it works. Here is the formula for trading success. The Holy Grail is finally revealed. Learn a strategy that suits you and you can understand its mechanics. Train yourself to handle the psychological stress of trading. Stick to it for at least 100 trades while making no changes. Begin to identify risk in the strategy. Collect statistical evidence to support any changes to be made and implement the changes one step at a time. I make a personal guarantee that if you follow the above, you can turn any strategy profitable. Now it is up to you whether or not you want to succeed in trading. Only you can take this knowledge and apply it in order to reap the reward. The Holy Grail is in front of you, but you must work in order to have it.